ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. So we will chant from 277 to 283. स्वात्मन्येव सदा स्थित्वा मनो नश्यति योगिनः वासनानां क्षयश्चातः स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। तमोद्वाभ्यां रजः सत्त्वात् सत्त्वं शुद्धेन नश्यति तस्मात् सत्त्वमवष्टभ्य स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। प्रारब्धं पुष्यति वपुः इति निश्चित्य निश्चलः साकमालम्ब्य यत्नेन स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। नाहं जीवः परं ब्रह्मेति एतद्व्यावृत्तिपूर्वकं वासनावेगतप्राप्त स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। श्रुत्या युक्त्या स्वानुभूत्या ज्ञात्वा सार्वात्म्यमात्मनः क्वचिदाभासतः प्राप्त स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। अन्नदानविसर्गाभ्याम् ईशन्नास्ति क्रिया मुनेः तदेकनिष्ठया नित्यं स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। तत्त्वमस्यादिवाक्योऽथ ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वबोधतः ब्रह्मण्यात्मत्वदाढ्याय स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु। So, did you think about the connection of Tattvamasi with the Vaman avatar? Slightly. Mic दो जरा, बताइए।
Hari Om, sorry, I'm sitting and Vaman avatar, he was avatar, so he was God with total BMI consciousness, and over here Bali was the BMI plus consciousness. So now Bali, being a Danveer, he had become very arrogant that I'm the biggest Danveer. So then, just to bring down his ahankar, Vaman Dev came and he took three steps from him, which indicated the BMI, the earth, the space, and his intellect. So that was deleted, that was removed. So what remained was his consciousness, and Bhagwan is consciousness as it is. So basically that's what I understood.
So 90% right, very good. We'll give her one round of applause. So when Bali Raja gave up his Jiva Bhav, then Ishvara also drops the Ishvara Bhav. So Bali Raja became enlightened. And what did he get in return? He became the king of Sutala Loka. He was not pushed into hell. Sutala Loka, if you read Bhagavatam, is greater than even Devaloka. The Swarga Loka does not have that many pleasures as much Sutala Loka has. Bhagwan became his Dwarpal, second. Bhagwan told Prahlad ji that you continuously be here and give satsang to your grandson. Fourth, Bhagwan promised him that he will be the Indra of the next Kalpa. Everything Bhagwan gave. So we think that array he surrendered and usko to patal mein dhakel diya. No, open the books and read. He became Jivan Mukta also, plus he got all these also. So when the individual BMI we negate through the sadhana, that's what we are trying to do. Swadhyaya sapanayam kuru. And realize that our nature is this. In this equation, is there any mistake? %100 big mistake it is, biggest blunder. Exactly. The equation of tat is given for tvam and tvam is given for tat. तो आराम से आपने कॉपी भी कर लिया, किसी ने कोई डाउट भी नहीं रेज किया. Tat is supposed to be this total BMI plus consciousness. Tvam is supposed to be individual BMI plus consciousness. As long as you understood correctly one aspect. Second, writing में भी जो लिखा है आप चेंज कर लो, नहीं तो आप जाके क्लास में बताओगे tat is equal to this. People will think it is वही है, वो गलत हो जाएगा फिर. So you change that in your notes. The equation is supposed to be for tat and tvam. यहाँ पर बराबर लिखा हुआ है tvam is equal to individual BMI plus consciousness, tat is equal to total BMI plus consciousness. लेकिन जब अंग्रेजी में लिखा है ना यहाँ पे, ये उल्टा हो गया है. So anyway, the point is tat is equal to consciousness, tvam is equal to consciousness. So you realize oneness. This is the Mahavakya. All the 4 Mahavakyas, this is the methodology to apply. Jiva, Ishvara, Aikya, how to understand is by negating what is the Anatma. So he says Tattvamasya Adi. Adi means all the other Mahavakyas. Tattvamasya Adi Vakyotha. Now how many Mahavakyas are there? How many Mahavakyas are there in the Veda if we ask? There are lots of them. Every Upanishad will have at least one Mahavakya. Otherwise it's not an Upanishad. But 4 are considered main. 1 taken from each Veda. But Mahavakyas are how many? Lots of them. Kaivalya Upanishad also has a Mahavakya. What is the Upanishad Vakya? Mahavakya in Kaivalya Upanishad. Tattvameva tvameva tat. And Gurudev said the sound of tabla is born from there. He just jokes. You want to see that video? I'll show. How tabla sound he has connected to this.
Tat tvameva, tvameva tad. Tad that. Swami, what is that? Tvameva. You yourself. Tat tvameva. And to emphasize it, tvameva tad. You and that is no distinction, which both are one. When the river has reached the Bay of Bengal, Ganges merges with the oceans of the world, and the oceans of the world and the Ganges become one. Ganges itself is the oceans of the world itself is Ganges. Their mixture is complete. Similarly, until once you wake up, you realize that the higher state of consciousness is my own true nature. Just as on waking up from the dream, you understand that I'm no more a dreamer, but I'm the waker. The dream and the dreamer were only projections of my mind, a disturbance in my mind. You wake up to this new dimension of consciousness. Tat tvameva tada. Tat tvameva tada is that which our instrument, musical instrument, tabla, is made to sing to you. That dead skin of an animal is made to tell you that you are that you are. You alone is that alone is you. Tad, 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 tad. Tvameva tad, tvameva tad, tad tvameva, tad tvameva, tad, tom, tad tom, tvameva. The permutation, combination of that. Next time when you hear the tabla, you listen to it. That dead skin is telling you. But until I died, I never knew it. But now I am died, I know. Though I was an animal, dum, tat tvameva tad.
So next time you listen to tabla, what will you remember? Mahavakya, tat tvameva tat. Today you will hear na. So what is the shloka saying here? Tattvamasyadi vakyotha. This knowledge, this intuitive knowledge will arise. See, Tattvamasi is not intellectual information. If the student is ready, instant the knowledge will arise in the heart of the student. Which is why the teacher is required. If the teacher is a Shrotriya and Brahmanishta and the student is Uttamadhikari, the words of the teacher will give rise to that knowledge. What you call that? Intuitive knowledge will arise. So, Tattvamasyadi Vakyotha, that knowledge which arises, what will that be that knowledge? Brahmatmaikatva bodhataha. That is the knowledge of I am that Brahman. Like the 10th person, the person who is missing in that example of 10 people who go, 10 fools. They cross the river and then they go that side and then they are counting. Then they find one fellow is missing. Then one wise man comes there and they say, the one person is missing and they all were crying for that. Then he makes them stand in one line and he tells them to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and then the 10th person he tells him, put the hand on your head. You are the 10th person. What did that person realize then? Oh, I am the 10th person. Did that person have to go back home and contemplate? कौन है वो 10th person? मनन करो, लॉजिक लगाओ. Logic क्या है कि you are forgetting who you are. That's all. So, if the student is ready, Brahmatmaikatva bodhata. If the student is not ready, till that bodha doesn't arise, one has to contemplate. Brahmani atmatva dardhyaya. Very strongly, firmly, one has to assert that this self in me is the consciousness that is substratum of the whole universe. Brahmani atmatva dardhyaya. See, some other philosophies, they will say that the Atma in each one is different. Sankhya will say Prakriti and Purusha. So, Purusha in each Prakriti is different. Jain philosophy will say the Purusha depends on the size of the Prakriti. In the ant, Atma is small. In the dog, it is bigger. In the human, it is bigger. In the elephant, it is very big. So, different philosophies have different ideas about Atma. What does Vedanta say? The self in me is the self in all. There is only one infinite consciousness. There is no different. Atma is not something inside you. where inside me, in the heart somewhere. No, that's only a point of concentration. Atma is everywhere, all pervasive. So it is said, Brahmani Atmatva Dadhyaya. The self in me is the self everywhere. There is no separate self in each one. Till this doesn't arise, that firm conviction that I am Brahman, that doesn't arise, one should do this Swadhyasapanayam Kuru. Now, how long should I do? So the next two verses tell us about how long should one continue this Nididhyasana and even Samadhi actually. So we'll take these two verses together. Aham bhavasya dehesmin nishesha vilayavadhi savadhanena yuktatma swadhyasapanayam kuru pratitir jiva jagatoho swapnavadbhati yavata tavan nirantaram vidvan swadhyasapanayam kuru. So there are these two verses which tell us till when should one contemplate. Aham bhavasya dehesmin, till the sense of I is there in this body. Till I feel I am this jiva, I am this body. Aham bhavasya dehe asmin. Nishesha vilayavadhi, till that is completely rooted out, without a trace of sense of I in the body. So which means what? This is not something only by intellectual understanding. Please remember. Again I am saying the Uttamadhikari, for that Uttamadhikari instant is the realization the Aham Bhava is already very, very thinned out, minimized. So the moment the teacher tells Tattvamasi, realized. They don't have Aham Bhava after that, gone, destroyed. But when we have Aham Bhava, then we need to do the sadhana of Manan and Nididhyasana. And in that Nididhyasana is more. In same Vivekachoodamani it is said, 100 times more than listening you should do reflection. Shrute shatagunam vidyat mananam. 100 times more than listening should be reflection. 1,000 times more than reflection should be contemplation. And infinite times more should be samadhi. Anantam nirvikalpakam, Vivekachoodamani says. Those who have that question, we understand, but we don't realize what should be done. This is the answer for that. The Vedantic answer is this. If I am listening for 1 hour, I should reflect for how much time? 100 hours. If I am reflecting for 100 hours, I should meditate for 1,000 hours. And if I am meditating for 1,000 hours, I should do samadhi for countless time. Till I don't realize the self, till this. Which is why importance of abhyas. In the Gita also when Bhagavan says abhyasena to kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. With abhyas and vairagya, the mind will come under control. There the word abhyasa is a practice of single pointedness. But with that single pointed mind, what do I do? This, listen. More than listening, do reflection. More than reflection, do contemplation. हमारा अभी उल्टा चल रहा है. Contemplation तो हो नहीं रहा. We are listening for 100 hours, meditating for maybe 1 hour, and contemplation 0. अभी तो उल्टा हो रहा. Reflection for some time, listening for more time, Contemplation is no time or very less time. You actually think about it, even in the morning, what we are doing, preparation, withdrawal, Guru, pranam to the Guru, and then do the Ishtadevata or do the Om chanting. All that is only preparation. Contemplation moments are how many? Very few. Hardly 1 or 2 minutes is contemplation. Rest of it is all the preparation that is happening. Right now we are doing because we are getting into it slowly. Otherwise, contemplation has to be long. Aham Brahmasmi, one has to live in that state. Lift the mind, be in that state. Again mind goes out, again come to that state. That is the sadhana of Swadhyaya Sapanayam Kuru. And so he says, Aham Bhavasya Dehesmin Nishesha Vilayavadhi. Till even a trace of Aham Bhav is there, I have to do this continuously, Nididhyasan. And 2 words he gives, very, very important are these 2 words. Savadhanena yuktatma. Swadhyaya Sapanayam Kuru. With great alertness one has to do. One should not allow the mind to become mechanical. When does the mind become mechanical? When the mind doesn't pay attention and when emotions are not engaged. These are the only 2 reasons mind will make it mechanical. You apply this to any sadhana. स्वामी जी नाम जप करते हैं, मन टिकता ही नहीं, क्या करें, भाग रहा है इधर उधर. Japa has become very mechanical, what to do now. Why it has become mechanical? Because I am not paying attention. 1. Attention is not being paid. Why I am not paying attention? Because emotion is not engaged. Because I don't love it. I don't love Bhagavan's form that much, or I don't have that bhavana. Because what I love, I will pay attention to. If I love to scroll on the mobile, even if nothing worth is there, but I love it. As soon as we get the time, in between class, what to do? Take out mobile. घंटों निकल जाते हैं ऐसे ही. एक 5-5, 10-10 सेकंड की रील ही है वो. But we feel, बस इतना देख के, इतना, बस एक करते 1 घंटा निकल गया. Why? You love it. Same way the japa will happen. When the mind loves, then the mind says, एक और माला, अच्छा एक और, अच्छा एक और. हमारा उल्टा चल रहा है. 5 करनी थी, अच्छा अभी 4 ठीक है आज, नहीं 3 बस है बाबा. A camp is very hectic, too much of intellectual strain right now. So I think एक माला बहुत है आज के लिए. Some justification the mind will keep giving. So what was I saying? I was saying that this love and attention, they go together. That is called savadhan. In Vedant, alertness is very important. Gurudev always said, alertness is the price you pay for freedom. The price to pay for freedom is alertness. I have to be alert. Alert to what? Ego is rising now. That is alertness. All the sadhanas are to help me to become alert. Puja, japa, vrata, dana, tapa, upvas, whatever I am doing is only to make my mind alert to observe. Now I got identified. Now this ego is rising. Now I am able to stand apart. It is meant for that, to be alert, to watch the play of the ego. Acha, now this fellow is scheming like this. Don't fall for it. Withdraw. Now raga and dvesha are getting encouraged. Stop. It is that alertness that is required. Savadhanena yuktatma. If I am not alert to these tricks of the mind, how will I be alert to the formation of the ego? The subtlest sadhana is to watch. Now the ego is forming and don't feed. Ramana Maharshi says that. I am not saying. Upadeshsar Ramana Maharshi said, and that's the best what he said. Last verse of Upadeshsar he says, Aham apetakam nija vibhanakam mahadidam tapo ramana vagyam. What is the mahat tapas? What is the great tapas? The greatest tapas, he says, is to be free from ego and to abide as the self. Aham apetakam, that is this. Aham bhavasya dehesmin nishesha vilayavadhi. So observe the moment. Now this ego has risen. Stop. How? If you are a Gnana Margi, you will say, I am Sakshi, I am a witness, I am not this. If you are a Bhakti Margi, start mantra japa immediate. Why feed the ego? Unnecessary. Functional duty, what I have to do, I can do. That doesn't require feeding of the ego. So that is called savadhani. On the road when we drive, many places it is written, no? Savdhani hati, durghatna ghati. One has to be very alert. In spiritual life also it is like that. We are not alert, we fall. So he says, savadhanena, with great alertness, abide the mind in the self. And how will I be able to do? Only when I am a yuktatma. When my mind and intellect are integrated. Yukta and yukta is integrated personality. So integrated BMI is called Yukta Purusha. Meaning body, mind, intellect is in one place. How Gurudev used to say, bring your mind where your hands are. One definition of yoga is this. What is yoga? Yoga means to unite. Unite what? Unite the mind and intellect. The mind must want to do what the intellect values. That is called Yuktatma. Intellect values something else, mind loves something else. That is Ayukta. In the sense, if I intellectually know I am Brahman, but emotionally I feel I am Jiva, then I am Ayukta. Intellectually I know smoking is not good, but emotionally I am very attached to it, then Ayukta. Intellectually I know I should forgive, but emotionally I don't forgive, Ayukta. Intellectually I know selflessness is the way to exhaust karma, but emotionally very selfish and insecure, then Ayukta. So if I am Ayukta, I cannot contemplate. Nor even I can do bhakti. Remember, if I don't value Bhagwan as the Supreme, I will not love Him maximum. Why? Because then Bhagwan is not my goal, Bhagwan is not important to me, something else is more important. That's why the Gita keeps on saying Matparaha, again and again it will come. Considering Bhagwan as the Supreme. Otherwise, Bhagwan is means and money is supreme, power is supreme, position is supreme, house is supreme, people are supreme. So what does the Gita say in the 12th chapter? Bhagwan says, Mayyeva mana adhatsva, mai buddhim niveshaya. Meaning you surrender your mind also to me and your intellect also to me. Meaning with the whole personality, I seek Bhagwan. Same thing is here also. My buddhi must value Brahman and my mind must have Vairagya. In Bhakti Marg we say Bhavana, love for Bhagwan and value Bhagwan maximum through the buddhi. In Jnana Marg we say, you are Brahman and you have Vairagya in the heart. If Vairagya is there, then only the mind can steadily contemplate on Brahman. If Vairagya is not there, nothing. One may say, Aham Brahmasmi, but mind will be in Rasagulla. In North India, many places they call Brahmachari. They don't say Brahmachari, they say Brahmachari ji. कैसा उल्टा मीनिंग होता है उसका? ब्रह्मचारी जी. अरे ब्रह्मचारी मतलब जो भ्रम में विचरण कर रहा है. When one is ayukta, one is like that. Buddhi is in Brahman and mind is in Brahma. That's why our Puja Guruji says we, campaign for Brahman but vote for Maya. That's what we do. That is ayukta. We campaign for Brahman. Brahman is the greatest, Brahman is the supreme, but we go and vote for Maya. I am Brahman in satsang, but outside satsang, finished. Any little thing is enough to pull me down. That is ayukta. So yuktatma means one has vairagya. From Jnana standpoint, it is vairagya. That's why we say Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka, Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. If the adhikari has these qualities, then the yuktatma is there. Otherwise, there is no yuktatma. How much ever we try contemplation, nothing will happen. Why? Because there is integration only is not there. So see this video of Gurudev on bring your mind where your hands are. This one can practice in the daily life. Very beautiful sadhana it is. Simplest sadhana, but very powerful.
Naturally, the work becomes excellent. Excellent work shall produce excellent results. We cheat ourselves from our successes by our unintelligent dissipation of the mind in our over-anxiety for the fruits thereof. Krishna is giving a tip to Arjuna. Here is a wonderful field for you to achieve. And in achieving, do your journey. Fight out the battle. Let every arrow go and hit the point that you want to hit. Don't worry about the future. Don't evaluate that their army is larger than our army. Don't dissipate and distract your mind. Keep your mind calm and serene. Your anxiety must be excellent, is the goal. Learn to work thus with your mind where your hands are working. We don't do it. We work with our hand, our mind is wandering all over. So the hand that is working is a mindless hand. Mindless hand cannot afford to expect any great results. Think. Keep your mind where your hands are functioning. Be here now and act. We are never here. We are everywhere, but not here. See? Either we are wandering in the past. I should not have done it. I don't know why I did it. Or you are in the future. Will I get the result, etc. You are never here and now. Think. Learn to be here and now. Bring all your mind and your attention and awareness there where the hand is doing a job. The performance will become excellent. Excellent performance will always give you excellent results. Here is a tip for how to achieve excellent results with your work. Continue.
Simple tip, na? But see how powerful it is. Bring your mind where your hands are. Hands are does not mean only the hands. What does it mean? Full attention, whatever you are doing. You see the difference, na? If you observe the difference, morning when you eat breakfast in silence, and then through the day you eat lunch and dinner while talking, do you observe the difference? Even the mic quality of sound changes. Morning announcement is clearly heard on the mic because everybody is silent. So what is the point is, pay attention, as much attention as one can. That is called yuktatma. So aham bhavasya dehesmin nishesha vilayavadhi savadhanena yuktatma. One has to be a yuktatma. One of the ways to be a yuktatma is to do what is your swadharma. What I am made for. If you do that, then I am yuktatma. If I am not doing what I am made for, I am doing something else, that is paradharma, then there is a split in the personality. Then again I am ayuktatma. One of the causes of stress, causes of sorrow and low productivity is this ayuktatma. Mind and intellect is not in the same place. Is dissipated. So he says here, for a spiritual student that is very dangerous. Ayuktatma. So savadhanena yuktatma swadhya sapanayam kuru. So with great alertness and with full integration of the personality. It's not that only intellectually I think I am Brahman and then I am craving for sense pleasures. If I am craving for sense enjoyments, then I should introspect. And I should do those sadhanas which will help me to get over those cravings. I should do Pratipaksha Bhavana sadhana. I should do the sadhana of Nam Japa. I should live in sense control. I should take up certain vrata or certain tapasya. That will destroy this sense enjoyment vasanas, bhoga vasana. With bhoga vasana in my mind, if I try to do nididhyasan, it will not work. Then I will only be frustrated. Can a 10th standard student sit in a PhD class? What will that student understand? That's what we are trying to do. So one should find where is my mind, what level it is, and start doing sadhanas from there. From where we are, we should start, then only we will reach where we have to reach. We know that this is where I have to reach, but I can start only from where I am. If I know meditation is the best sadhana, but am I ready for it? You know, one man, he went to one teacher, one Mahatma, and he asked, is Gita a good book to read? Is Gita a good book to read? And that Mahatma answered very nicely. He said, you are asking the wrong question. You should ask, are you good enough to read the Gita? Today everybody wants to read the Gita. अरे भाई साहब पहले बेसिक बुक तो पढ़ो, तत्वबोध पढ़ो, भज गोविंदम पढ़ो, साधना पंचकम, Kindle Life, Self Unfoldment. Those books are not done. Straight jump into the Gita. And then certain things come in that, words will come, then one doesn't understand, then one says, ये तो बहुत confusing है, bouncer जा रहा है. So if one directly jumps into the Gita, how will one understand? And people don't have patience. If we tell them we join the book, join the study class for the initial books, नहीं, कोई गीता क्लास चल रहा है क्या? अरे क्या गीता क्लास चल रहा है क्या? I can tell you गीता क्लास चल रहा है, but you will go into it and you will pop out of it. What else? Everybody wants to study the Gita. No, Yuktatma. First I have to become Yuktatma. Did Bhagavan Krishna give Gita to Arjun from his childhood? When Arjun was ready for it, when he asked for it, when he surrendered, he opened up, then he gave. Even there, Bhagavan has repeated so many times, so many things, and still Arjun's questions are same. Why? Because Arjun did not study self-unfoldment. That is his problem. For that much time he got some clarity कि भाई चलो I should do my duty. उतना clarity आ गया, but he did not realize the truth. So he went back to Bhagavan after the whole war is over. There is Anu Gita which is there in Mahabharata. He went back to Bhagavan saying, you told something before the war. It was very nice, but I couldn't understand. Now can you please repeat? So Bhagavan told again Anu Gita. Why? Because see, he is a Kshatriya. And Bhagavan made him a nimitta and gave the knowledge of the Gita for the whole humanity. But the point is, Siddhanta still applies. That he has to do his Swadharma, he has to do the duty, then purify the mind, and with that mind contemplate, then realize the truth. So, Savadhanena Yuktatma. This is not to discourage anybody from studying the Gita. Don't say कि अब तो मैं गीता क्लास छोड़ रही हूँ. Suddenly विवेक जी के क्लास में से सब आधे लोग निकल जाएंगे. विवेक जी will think अरे ये स्वामी जी ने क्या बोल दिया, मेरे सब स्टूडेंट ही चले गए. You start reading the fundamental. If you have not studied, you please join some text. Or if one particular chapter of the Gita is over in that class, if you have not done the basics, then you join a class, or maybe he can start a class for the book and then again come back to Gita, whatever. But the point is, Yuktatma one has to be. Study well, prepare, then get into it. Savadhanena Yuktatma Swadhya Sapanayam Kuru. That is 284. 285 says, Pratitir Jiva Jagataha Swapnavad Bhati Yavata. So, simple one meaning of this is, as long as even a dream-like perception of the world is there, Pratitir Jiva Jagataha Swapnavad Bhati Yavata. Tavan nirantaram vidvan. Till then, go on doing abhyas. Meaning, the world should not even appear like a dream. You should be in that state of samadhi where the world is not there. That is one meaning. This shloka has two meanings. One meaning is, when you come out of the state of samadhi, even if a little bit reality is there for the world, like the relative reality of the dream, then you should not think that you have realized yet. You should still put in the effort to go back into the samadhi. Meaning the world should become only Brahmamayam. You should see Brahman alone. There is nothing else. Till that time you see only non-duality in your experience, and the world doesn't even appear like a dream to you. Till that time you do the practice. That is the first meaning. That's what Gurudev has given in the translation. O learned one, as long as even a dream-like perception of the world of objects and the experiences and of the experiencing ego persists, continuously strive to deny entirely all your superimposition. Why? Because the whole world is a projection of the mind. Only when my mind is extrovert, I experience the world. If I don't externalize the mind, I don't experience the world. At the moment, for us, the deep sleep experience is the only time when we don't experience the world. Dream experience is that in which I experience the dream world, I don't experience the waking world. Because the mind has got little externalized. Senses are still not functioning. Only mind is projecting the dream world. But in the waking, mind is functioning through the senses, so this world appears real. Now, till the mind is in that state, when it has externalized and it is thinking this is real, however illusory I may think this is relatively real, not absolutely real, till that time, what should I do the sadhana? Again bring it back into samadhi avastha. Again come into that state of illumination where there is no experience of the world. This is one meaning. That go on bringing the mind into that state of samadhi. Samadhi abhyas you have to go on doing. Savikalpa, nirvikalpa, where the thoughts, the ego, the jagat, everything disappears. One comes back into that state, sees the world. If little bit reality also is there, again go back. See, this is why spiritual sadhana is not, this especially realization of the self, etc., is not for, it's not so easy. If somebody thinks that the dejected, depressed, despondent, defeated people take to spirituality, they don't know what they are talking. This is spiritual knowledge. Look at the sadhana that is required, look at the alertness that is required, look at the subtlety that is required. Logic is required to understand first all this, then the sadhana steps have to be done, and long practice has to be done. Here to go from 1 mala to 5 malas, we are taking 10 years. Think about it. This sadhana here is talking about savikalpa samadhi abhyas, then nirvikalpa samadhi abhyas, and continuously keep doing. And from the nirvikalpa, if the mind gets externalized even a little, again go back to nirvikalpa. That is what this is saying. Can a person who has such victimizing attitude, defeated, dejected, depressed person, can he do that? Impossible. The mind will not even think about Bhagavan. So, this is one meaning, that even little bit externalization the mind goes through, put it back again into samadhi. Second meaning is, even if the world, till the world doesn't appear like a dream, like illusory situation, do your sadhana. That's the second meaning of this. Meaning, the person has realized the absolute truth and the world literally is considered illusory only. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Not even 1% real, 100% Mithya. How is that possible, Swamiji? While living in the world, while seeing, how will I say that my spouse is a Mithya? My children are a Mithya? You know the trick in that? I am saying it is not possible to think of my spouse as a Mithya, child as a Mithya, house as Mithya, because I am thinking this body is real. I am saying I am real, world is illusory. That will not work. This I is a part of that world. So this is also mithya. I have to see this as mithya first. That's why in the shloka you see the word jiva. Pratitir jiva jagataha. Jiva is also mithya. Then the jagat will be mithya. If jiva is real, jagat is mithya. How that will work? I am real, everything else is mithya. Wow. The small I is real, but world is mithya. That won't work. This is also mithya only. Till that doesn't happen, pratitir jiva jagataha swapnavad bhati. Till I don't think of this also as illusory, that also as illusory, I have to keep doing my nididhyasan. But how is that possible? It is possible and you are doing it also. When we go to watch a movie, we see the movie on the screen, we know it is illusory. But do you enjoy or not? If you get very identified, then you will go through all emotions of that character. Are bichare ko kya ho gaya? You know, when we were children, that Sholay picture came, in that Amitabh Bachchan will die. So people who are fans of Amitabh Bachchan, they feel so sorry for him. Mar gaya re. And they cry. Some people have seen that movie, I don't know how many times. 50 times, 100 times. And every time they see that movie, Amitabh Bachchan dies. And then that coin, that both sides is heads. Then they feel more sad कि अरे इतना त्याग किया उसने, कितना अच्छा था, मर गया. They so identify with that and they cry. But those who don't identify, they watch. And because they see it as illusory, they are happy or not? Don't they enjoy? People have no false notion. They think that if I think everything is mithya, then what? The world will be so, neeras ho jayega pura samsar. I will not enjoy anything. No, you will enjoy everything. In fact, you will enjoy more because you think of the whole thing as a game. It's an illusion going on. Khelo. But if I think this is real, then I get attached to something, then it will pull me up and down and I will go through all fluctuations. But otherwise one watches, plays. So second meaning is this. Till I give any reality to the world, I have to go on doing abhyas. Till the world appears as an illusion to me, where no attachments are there. And the only way is no attachments. If I continue to have attachments, then I can't see the world as illusory. Attachment to this BMI, attachment to things, people, situation. If world I have attachment to, I can't see the world as illusory. It won't work. Which is why the sadhanas of detachment are important. So, pratitir jiva jagataha swapnavad bhati yavata tavan nirantaram vidvan swadhyasapanayam kuru. Till then you go on doing the abhyasa. Till the world's reality is gone. Then what will be the experience? Brahman alone is real. If I see something as illusory, see a seasoned traveler goes in the desert, he sees the mirage. And even a novice who goes sees a mirage. But there will be a difference in both or not? What will be the difference? The seasoned traveler knows that there is no water, so he will not run behind it. This novice thinks there is a water, so he will run. So the sadhak who knows this is illusory, the chase for happiness outside stops. One will do what duty has to be done. The seasoned traveler also is traveling there, but there is no happiness hankering. There is no seeking for that water there. Because the person knows that that's the play of the sunlight on the sand. The substratum is the sand. Same way the realized person knows this whole thing is Brahman, is only a play of Maya, this whole thing is appearing, it is not real. Like the person who is in the theater knows, no, this is only screen and projection, there is nothing is happening there. Like that. So, till this abhyas till this doesn't happen, one has to keep doing the abhyas of nididhyasana, samadhi. Now he gives one precaution. He says, be alert, careful of these three things. Nidraya lokavartayaha shabdaderapi vismritehe क्वचिन्नावसरं दत्त्वा चिन्तयात्मानमात्मनि. Chintaya atmanam atmani. Continuously reflect about the self in the mind. Atmanam atmani. Atmanam there means the self. Atmani means in the mind. Don't say atma mein atma ka chintan kaise karenge? How to think of the self in the self? No, there the word atma means mind. Atmani means mind. So chintaya atmanam means think about the self. Where? In the mind. Meaning continuously think I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Without giving into these three. These three are the distractions. Kvachin datva. Don't give even little chance to these three to overpower the mind. What are these three? Nidraya, sleep. Lokavartaya, that means gossip, worldly talk. And Shabdader. Shabdadehe meaning sense objects. Engagement in sense objects. Don't allow these to make you forget. Vismritehe. Don't give them even a little chance by which it will make you forget the self. What is this, Swamiji? Matlab a sadhak does not have to sleep. ये क्या हो गया? बिना सोए काम करना है, बिना सोए निधिध्यासन करना है. No. What it is saying? Nidrayaha vismritehe. Meaning, don't allow sleep to bring forgetfulness. Meaning what? This nidra is not the biological sleep. It is a laziness, tamoguna. This is nidra is the symbol of tamoguna there. Don't allow tamas to come in the mind. Nidra is a state of inaction. So sometimes the tamoguna takes over. नहीं आज मूड नहीं है, आज निधिध्यासन नहीं करना है, आज चीट डे है. वाह वाह वाह. 6 दिन मेडिटेशन हो गया, आज मेडिटेशन नहीं, चीट डे. Modern people have all kinds of excuses, all terminology. 6 दिन I followed the diet, Swamiji, 7th day is cheat day. वाह. मतलब 6 दिन I am Brahman, 7वें दिन मैं जीव ही हूं, मुझे उसका डिस्काउंट चाहिए. आई वॉन्ट टू थिंक आई एम जीवा ऑन द 7th डे. वाह. क्वचिन अवसरम दत्वा. डोंट गिव इवन दिस मच. अदर द माइंड इज आज नहीं करना है. एवरी डे इट कुक्स अप सम एक्सक्यूज. वन मस्ट वॉन्ट टू डू, वन मस्ट लुक फॉरवर्ड कि आज मुझे निधिध्यासन करना है. You know, Gurudev used to say that. So our Puja Guruji, Tejomayananji, he went and asked Gurudev, Swamiji, how long should I meditate? Gurudev said 24 hours. 24 hours. Then he explained, he said to have half an hour of steady contemplation, you need 23.5 hours of vigilant living. If I am not alert and vigilant through the day, what was said in the earlier shloka, na, savadhanena yuktatma, my meditation of half an hour will not be proper. There is complete connection. I can't live anyhow, do anything in the day and then say, ये सब तो मिथ्या है, now I am sitting for contemplation. ऐसे थोड़ी होगा. I have to live with alertness, integration, do the sadhanas properly, and then contemplation. And then when I live in a dharmic way, what will happen? Mind will look forward to contemplation. Mind will look forward to japa, sadhana. It is not finding some excuse here, छोड़ दो, इसको नहीं करना है, बहुत मुश्किल है, दिक्कत है. So nidra means tamoguna. Don't allow tamas to overpower, because the subtler the sadhana goes, no, if the mind is not ready, tamas will overpower. Sleep will come. So don't allow tamas to overpower. First obstacle. Second obstacle, lokavarta. Gossip. What we have to do with the whole, if the whole world is a mithya, अब कौन किसने क्या क्यों किया हमको क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बट नहीं, तुमको पता है इसकी बेटी ने उसके बेटे के साथ ऐसा किया, अरे तुमको क्या है इसमें? What is, how does it bother you? नहीं नहीं स्वामी जी, व्यवहार है ना, जानकारी रखनी पड़ती है। इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए ठीक है, समझना है, किसी को से सुन लिया, अब उसके ऊपर फिर चिंतन करोगे तो क्या मतलब होगा? लोक वार्ता। एंड बेचारा कोई साधना कर रहा है जिसको वैराग्य है, उसको भी बुला के तुमको पता है? नहीं पता, अच्छा कोई बात नहीं, नाउ दैट फेलो इज इंक्विजिटिव। क्या? नहीं क्यों, कुछ नहीं, आपके लिए नहीं है ये, और देन मोर इंक्विजिटिव। नहीं नहीं, आई डोंट वांट टू पोल्यूट योर माइंड। अरे इफ दैट पर्सन इज अ वैरागी ना, ही विल से ठीक है छोड़ दिया, नहीं चाहिए। इफ दैट पर्सन इज अ संसारी, विल से नहीं नहीं बताओ क्या था, अब मुझे सोचना पड़ेगा। क्यों सोचना पड़ेगा? तुम ब्रह्म के बारे में सोचो ना। सो डोंट गिव इन टू दिस गॉसिप. That tendency to gossip comes why, because I am not happy with myself. So I feel happy while pulling down somebody else, that too behind their back. If I have the courage, I should talk straight in front of them only. If I have some problem with them, go talk to them. Speak in a pleasing way or in a assertive way, polite way. But don't do gossiping. Gossiping is a very... Well, it doesn't show, sadhak lakshan nahi hai gossiping, loka varta. But see, all these precautions are given why, because the mind which goes into subtler states, some past vasana will arise. It will make the jiva go into some of this. So one has to be alert. I may not want to gossip now, but some past janma, who knows, I may have been one manthara then. That vasana has risen suddenly now. Then I have to curb. Ki nahi. Offer it to Bhagwan. Swamiji, what to do if it rises? And especially, for me in meditation only all these thoughts come. Some people ask also, Swamiji, can we keep one diary near us? When we meditate, because very nice creative thoughts come now, I can write down. Business के ideas भी अच्छे आते हैं उस समय. I write down then meditate. Don't give in to all this. If it is important ना, it will come back to you. Tell your mind, बाद में आ जाएगा, अच्छा आइडिया है, बाद में आ जाएगा जब आना होगा. Right now focus on Brahman. And if any of these negativities come, you drop it, surrender it to Bhagwan. Say कि Bhagwan, you take it. Come back to Brahman. Full stop. So Nidra, Loka Varta and Shabdaderapi. Shabdade means sense enjoyments. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. They are the symbol of sense objects. So the mind will want sense enjoyments. See, basic things like food, etc. One has been in deep contemplation. When one comes out, one wants to eat some food and drink some water, take some rest. All that is not a problem. But specific vasanas, मुझे यही चाहिए, मुझे ये लाके दो, one should avoid. That's why don't go and ask. This is my personal opinion. You may not follow, but don't go and ask Swami, आपको क्या पसंद है? हम आपके लिए क्या लाएं? अरे हमको कुछ पसंद नहीं भैया. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, we are trying to realize that. Why are you strengthening my likes and dislikes? आप जो चाहे वो हम आपके लिए बनाएंगे. हम ब्रह्म चाहते, बना के दो. But people ask, आपको क्या चाहिए? And if you tell them आपको क्या चाहिए, फिर सब वही देंगे आपको. गलती से अगर आपने बोल दिया कि अच्छा मुझे गोल पापड़ी अच्छा लगता है, खत्म. उसके बाद जहां जाओ गोल पापड़ी देंगे आपको. बोलो ही मत. You take, that's why in the earlier days they were very good. Just take some fruits and go. Or you give anything. When we are serving in an organization, you give something for the organization. हम उसके लिए यूज कर लेंगे. हमारी जरूरत कितनी है? बहुत कम है. कुछ नहीं चाहिए हमको. So don't ask. भिक्षा में बुलाएंगे तो पूछेंगे हम आपके लिए क्या बनाए, माई स्टैंडर्ड आंसर इज आपको जो बनाना है बनाओ, हम खाएंगे। भिक्षा है ना, भिक्षा का मतलब क्या होता है, जो मिलता है खाएंगे हम, दैट इज कॉल्ड भिक्षा। सम डाइट रेस्ट्रिक्शंस इफ दे आर देयर बिकॉज इट डजंट सूट द बॉडी, वी टेल दैट मच, ठीक है भाई आप पेपर मत डालना, बाकी जो आप बनाओ, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है। अरे 50 चीजें 50 लोग पूछेंगे, फिर आप बताओगे, क्या मतलब क्या उसका। साधना करनी है ना, ये शब्दादेर विस्मृते, द माइंड गोज इनटू दैट ओनली, देन वन इज थिंकिंग अब इनके घर भिक्षा, आज क्या खाने को मिलेगा, अरे फॉर व्हाट। सत्संग में मन लगाना है, भगवान में मन लगाना है, अभी जो आ गया खा लिया, एज लॉन्ग एज इट इज not something which is not eatable and all that. शब्दादेर विषय, आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है आपको, अरे people give us in gift. One place तो I did it, that person, good intent only, I went to give one talk. So after finishing the talk, that person gave one memento. So received it, thank you very much, came back. फिर मैंने खोला, उसमें कुछ फ्रेंच परफ्यूम का 2 बॉटल था। नाउ दैट पर्सन इज अ क्लास मेंबर हु इज कमिंग इन सत्संग, हु हैज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड सम टॉक इन रोटरी समवेयर ही ऑर्गेनाइज्ड। सो आई कॉल्ड हिम, आई सेड कि देखिए आपने बहुत अच्छी भावना से दिया है, आई अप्रिशिएट इट, बट हम साधक हैं, इसका हमको कोई यूज़ नहीं है, आप ये ले लीजिए, किसी और को आप दे दो, और संस्था के लिए जो हमको आप कुछ डोनेशन जो भी हो आप दे सकते हैं तो अच्छा होगा, बिकॉज हमको और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। व्हाट विल आई डू विथ फ्रेंच परफ्यूम, लगा के घूमेंगे फ्रेंच परफ्यूम, नो पॉइंट। शब्दादेर विषय फॉर नो रीजन, अननेसेसरी, वाई, और मैक्सिमम व्हाट कैन आई डू, पास इट ऑन टू समबडी कि भाई आप ले जाओ, और उससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं हो सकता। देन दे फील बैड इन दैट ऑल्सो, अरे इतना कॉस्टली था हम आपके लिए लाए, अरे वी आर ट्राइंग टू रियलाइज ब्रह्मन बाबा, पूरा संन्यास कर लिया, संसार को त्याग कर लिया, और आप वही सब चीजें लाके हमको गिफ्ट में दे रहे हैं, सो नॉट रिक्वायर्ड। अगेन आई एम सेइंग दिस इज माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन। अब कोई आप करते हो, कोई दूसरे स्वामी जी हैं, कोई दूसरे महात्मा हैं, जिनको अगर आपको ऐसा कोई करना हो, पूछना हो कि भाई आपके लिए क्या लाए, तो आप पूछना, मुझे नहीं पूछना बस, बिकॉज साधक वृत्ति हैज टू बी स्ट्रेंथेंड। जब जाएंगे किसी के पास तो साधना के लिए जाएंगे ना। सो दैट्स व्हाई ही इज गिविंग 3 प्रिकॉशंस, निद्रा, लोकवार्ता एंड शब्दादेर विषयादपि, सो ऑल दिस सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।